Did you know that you're a superhero? Thank you for joining me live and, of course, on the replay. Wherever you may be catching this, let me know you're here so that I can send love and, of course, answer any questions that you might have. My name is Cindy Van Arnhem. I am a possibilitarian and master numerologist, and I'm excited to dive into a conversation today because when we think about prosperity, when we think about wealth, oftentimes we turn to the outside world. We turn to our material experience to understand what's going on. And I'm here to invite you to think differently, to lean into a different possibility. Now, this isn't something that we see all over the planet where we can just Google it and find this information, but it is solid science that our bodies and our ability to direct our thought is a superpower. It is a superpower that every single human on the planet has the ability to tap into. You just need to know the simple steps. And yes, I do say simple because complication is not the way of the universe. And this is a very simple process. So the first superpower that you need to know about, if you don't already know, is your ability to direct your mind, to direct the thoughts you're thinking, to direct and focus in on what you want to think about. Now, with what's happening in the world right now, we're seeing all sorts of things happen on the planet. Where I live, there's flooding and massive damage. There's power outages. All of this stuff is happening outside of me. And it's really easy to get caught up in the stress and the overwhelm of that. The town that I live in has no groceries in the grocery stores. There's all this stuff happening. Starbucks doesn't even have milk for their lattes. So it would be very easy to get caught up in the worry and the doubt and the insecurity and the what ifs of what could possibly go, quote unquote, wrong. Easy to go there. And this morning when I woke up at 3:33 in the morning, I felt my mind very scattered. And the energy right now with this full moon that's coming in, there's a lot of things that we're experiencing in the solar weather as well. In that noticing, I made a choice to direct my focus. My thoughts didn't need to be scattered and all the way out here. I could bring them into a cohesive idea. And so I invited my mind to come play with me. I invited my mind to come and focus on what it is that I wanted to do today, of the things that I wanted to create today. And in that focus, my brain got on board and was like, oh, and then we can do this and this and this and this. And the creation started to flow. So the direction and the focus of your thought is key. Now, these are not separate things that I'm going to be talking about in this broadcast. There are pieces and there are segments, but they all work together, which is really important. So I'll come back to the mind in a second. The second thing we need to be aware of is our poor little hearts. Our hearts need some love and attention. When we are experiencing our material world and so much going on outside of us, doesn't matter what's happening, if you're an entrepreneur, if you're going to a job, if you're worried about your job, it doesn't matter. What your heart is desiring is for you to be the one to give your heart what it needs. We look to others for love and appreciation and recognition. We look to others for support and help and healing. We look to other people for the reason why we can't have what we want. So if you're worried about your financial picture and you're worried about your job, it's not your boss's job to make sure you're taken care of. Sorry, it's your job to make sure you're taken care of. It's your job to feel wealthy, to feel safe, to feel secure. It's your job to love and appreciate yourself. The only person who can ever give that to you is you. So it can be easy to feel like we're at the whim of our material experience. We're at the whim of all these things that are happening and people getting laid off and fired. And I don't know where I'm going to get money. Money's an illusion anyways. Maybe I can try to control the stock market. Maybe I can try to control cryptocurrency. None of it's real. None of it's real. All you can do as a human experiencing the human experience is to give yourself what you need. So if your mind is saying, I'm broke, I'm stressed out about money, I don't know where my next paycheck is coming from, bring your mind's awareness, focus into the space of the heart, and allow yourself to feel safe. What does safety feel like? What does wealth feel like? Now, if you're not practiced at this, it may take a little bit of extra oomph, a little extra focus, and that's okay. If you're laid off, you've got an opportunity and lots of time to do this anyways. So focus inward, focus and give yourself what you need. It doesn't matter what it is. We look to our significant others for emotional support. Be the one who's willing to give that emotional support to yourself. Take 5 minutes today to just love the crap out of yourself. Just do that. It's that simple. Okay. Now, the third thing is inspired action. So what happens when we tap into these two superpowers? Number one, the ability to focus your mind. And number two, the ability to feel and choose your emotions. We bring these together, and the heart and the mind and the heart come together in coherence. They start to play on the same page. Instead of the heart going, oh man, what if we started a business? And the mind going, you can't do that. You're not worthy. No. All the reasons why your parents told you can't and you're not good enough, etc., etc. That is dissonance. There is dissonance between the mind and the heart. But the more time you spend giving yourself the emotional uplift that you need, and the more time you spend focusing the mind, the heart and the mind start to become coherent, where they're playing on the same page, they're playing the same game, they're focused, and it creates action. Oftentimes I hear from people, man, I just wish I could get inspired. Your mind and your heart aren't playing on the same page. When your mind and heart are playing the same game, they have the same desires, they have the same focus, the inspired action just happens naturally. There is no need to force it. There's no need to push. There's no need to hustle. There's no need to grind. So if you're stuck in inaction, focus your thoughts, bring your awareness to your emotional state, and give yourself what you need, and watch the action unfold. Now, if you are already in flow and the inspired action is coming and you're just like creating and doing the things, keep going. Don't stop. It's all about understanding your ability as a human being to direct your focus. Direct your focus of the mind. Give yourself the emotional support that you need, whatever it might be. And then wait. Listen. And the inspired action will come. It is that simple. Complication, not the way of the universe. I hope you have an incredible, beautiful day. I love each and every one of you. I believe in you, and I see your power. Bye for now.